NASA has an internet connection fast enough to download a 200GB game in under 0.003 seconds. You are paying for high-speed internet and still waiting for the video to buffer. Somewhere between their connection and yours, speed just disappears. That gap costs you every day, every time a page gets stuck or a game lags right when it matters. And it's usually not because your ISP lied to you. There are 5 separated places your speed can disappear before it even reaches you, and most people only think to blame the first one. I map out every single one, from your bill to your router to your neighborhood at night, so by the end you will know exactly which one is stealing yours. 100 megabits per second, that's what your bill promises. You pay for that number every month. There's a good chance you are never actually seen it. You probably wonder if your ISP is slowing you down on purpose. That's called throttling, capping your speed behind the scene. It happens, but it's usually one of the rarest reasons your internet feels slow. So if it's not that, what is it then? Look at the fine print on your plan. It doesn't say 100 megabits per second. It says up to 100 megabits per second. These two words carry the whole promise. Up to means a ceiling, not a guarantee. That number gets tested wired on one device with nothing else running. Your house is never that clean. You got a phone, a laptop, a TV, maybe someone else streaming in the next room. The number on your bill was never a lie. It just wasn't the whole story. And the real answer starts with two words most people think means the same thing, but they don't. Speed and bandwidth. You have used them the same way your whole life. That mix up is exactly why the number on your bill has never matched up what you actually feel. Think of your connection like a pipe. Bandwidth is the width of the pipe, but how much water it can carry at once. Speed is how fast the water inside it is actually moving right now. Your plan promised the width, it never promised the speed. A wide pipe doesn't guarantee fast water. Something else decides that. Your plan is the size of the pipe coming into your house. What happens to the water once it's inside is a different question entirely, and often the water slows down before it even reaches you. You have probably felt this before. Same house, same plan, fast in the living room, slow in the bedroom. You have felt this. You probably never asked why. Wi-Fi travels through the air, not through cables. Walls slow it down. Distance weakens it. Your microwave, your neighborhood's router, your own phone sitting nearby, all of them compete for the same space. Add enough devices and the signal drops down. Ethernet, the cable you can plug straight into your router, skips all of it. A cable doesn't fight for space, it just delivers. Check your own router right now. There's a good chance this is the first place your speed actually disappears, but a perfect Wi-Fi setup, tested and clean, can still fail you somewhere else entirely. Your speed test says everything is fine. Netflix buffers anyway. The game still lags. If a test passes, why does it still feel broken? A speed test connects to the nearest fastest server available. It's built to make your connection look good. Netflix isn't next door, neither is your game server. Data has to travel further, through more stops along the way, more places where it can get heard of. There's also a delay between asking for something and getting it back. That delay has a name: latency. A fast connection with a lot of it can still feel slow. Speed test doesn't measure that at all. A speed test measures your connection at its best moment to its easiest target. Using the internet measures something else completely. Fine all day, but after dinner, every night, like a clockwork. Your ISP says more total bandwidth than the wires in your neighborhood can actually carry it at once. They are betting most people won't use all of it at the same time. Most nights, that bet work. You share your local connection with everyone on your street, not just your own house. Then evening hit, streaming in one room, gaming in another room, a download running somewhere else. The best stop working. This mostly hits cable internet. Fiber has so much more room that it rarely runs into this. It's the same bet from before. Most nights it holds, some nights it doesn't. Every chapter will explain so far, explain a cost. So how can we actually make this faster? Start with the cable. Ethernet skips the Wi-Fi problem completely. If you have to stay wireless, move your router. Fewer walls, less distance. If your router offers 5 GHz, turn it on. It's a less crowded signal than the default one. Wi-Fi 6 is a newer standard built to handle more devices at once. Turn that on too, only if your router has it. Check for buffer bloat. It's a free test for whether your connection slows down under load. An old router has a hardware ceiling. No setting fix that. Sometimes the fix is just a new router. A bigger plan only helps if the size of the plan was ever the actual problem. If it's your Wi-Fi, your router, or your neighborhood at 8 p.m. changes nothing. Contact your ISP when none of this explain it. That's one case where it really is on them, not on you. Most people think a faster plan fixes slow internet. In a lot of homes, the internet coming into your house was never the problem. It's everything that happens to it after it gets there. That's where the speed actually disappears. So like a video, stay blessed. See you next time.